Hello, Owl fans, and welcome to another edition of Owl Sports Update. Alongside Josh Waltenberg, I'm Joe Polinsky. The hoop season is finally here. We'll get comfy with Dunphy once again as the Owls get set for their season opener this weekend.
Also, we'll explain why Bernard Pierce is in the right place at the right time. But first, a new quarterback. The Temple football team is on fire, and everyone is noticing. The Owls are being featured in outlets such as Sports Illustrated, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. Not bad. But on campus, the more interesting story is the starting quarterback. In the team's first 6 wins this season, Vaughn Charlton was the man. But in the Owls' latest victory last week against Miami of Ohio, Chester Stewart was behind center. Michael Vick isn't the only number 7 suiting up at quarterback at Lincoln Financial Field. Chester Stewart got the starting nod in last week's game against Miami of Ohio. And in his season debut, he led the Owls from a come-from-behind win on 6 of 11 for 143 yards. It's pretty unusual for a team that's won 7 straight not to have a clear starting quarterback. So Al Golden, what about Vaughn Charlton?
No, just that I'm going to remain flexible and that I could use either one. Right now, Chester's the starter, but certainly Vaughn has played a lot of football for us and won 6 in a row. So I'm not averse to putting him in the game either.
There's no really change. I'm comfortable with both quarterbacks. I think they're both can get the job done. So I'm not worried about the quarterback situation.
Both players are around 50% completion percentage. If you look at the touchdown and interception categories, Charlton has 3 times as many scores as Stewart, but has thrown just 1 more pick than the current starter. While head coach Al Golden juggles around his quarterbacks, there's no question who's in charge coming out of the backfield. Bernard Pierce has provided a solid case of the runs. He is the nation's 3rd leading rusher, and he has helped carry the team to 7 straight wins. Owl Sports' Drew Wallace explains.
The Temple Owls are soaring high coming off their win on Thursday against Miami of Ohio. The Owls have now won 7 in a row and are first in the MAC. A lot of the Owls' recent success is due to freshman running back Bernard Pierce. The freshman tailback is 3rd in the nation with over 1,200 yards rushing. He's also racked up 14 touchdowns in those 7 wins. As good as this tailback is, he wasn't that heavily recruited.
We knew more about him than anybody, and we don't distribute information. We collect it, so we didn't tell anybody about him. And I was nervous that there was going to be some guys that came in the last second and take him, but he committed to us, and we're glad to have him.
Coach Golden feels that some of Pierce's success comes from a better supporting cast.
I don't think we could have had a tailback that could have come in at a more opportune time than now, because if he came in 2 years ago, he would look like Rocky covering up in the corner, and because that's what it was like. I mean, we were literally. We were kind of piecemeal together. We weren't strong. We weren't big. We played a lot of young guys.
The offensive line loves to block for an explosive player like Pierce.
It's a lot of fun. He's a great running back, and this guy you love blocking in front of. Coach always preaches, block your guy for 6 seconds, and with Bernard, you have to do that because you never know where the ball's going. So it's great to have a back like that.
The Owls are now eyeing up their first MAC championship. If they get there, they will have Pierce to thank. Reporting for Owl Sports, I'm Drew Wallace.
You can see Pierce and the Owls one more time this season as they play host to Kent State on November 21st.
I guess it's better late than never. The men's soccer team came into the final game of the year this past weekend riding a 4-game winless streak. But this slide didn't seem to bother the Owls in the season finale against Charlotte. The 49ers were ranked 15th in the country with just 2 losses on the year.
Was that where they're playing?
The Owls were trying to snap this 4-game winless streak that knocked them out of the postseason picture. This game was pretty much one for the defenses as the game remained tied at 1 goal apiece. Until JT Noon decides enough is enough as he scores his 3rd goal of the season, lifting the Owls to victory. Your final in this one, 2-1. The Owls end the season at 9-7-2 overall. And as for Noon, he's getting some extra hardware. On Thursday, he was named to the All-Conference team and the All-Conference Academic team, thanks to his 3.68 GPA. Noon is the school's all-time assist leader.
Riding a 3-game winning streak, the women's field hockey team opened the 2009 A-10 tournament against crosstown rival St. Joe's up at UMass. The Owls defeated the Hawks 3-0 thanks to 2 Casey Ruth goals that landed the Cherry and White in the final round for the first time since 2003. The Owls eventually fell to 19th-ranked Richmond in the finals, but not without a little fight as Temple provided 10 shots on goal in their final game of the season. But what a great season surge it turned out to be for the field hockey team. Remember, this group had a tough time scoring a goal in the month of September. The Owls were winners of 4 straight for the first time since 2007. 7 different players scored a goal during the run, and the Cherry and White tallied a combined 14 goals and 10 assists in this span. The women, however, finished their season 9-12 overall.
On another bright side for the team, senior captain Charisse Young has been named the 2009 Atlantic 10 Field Hockey Student Athlete of the Year. Young started every game this season for the Cherry and White as she became the only player in program history to not only earn the honor, but do it in consecutive years. Not only can Young get it done on the field, but she can get it done in the classroom, as she was named to the All-Academic team for the 3rd consecutive year. Riding a 4-game home winning streak, the women's volleyball team returned to the court against city rival LaSalle. The Owls were trying to extend their winning streak over the Explorers and move closer to securing a spot in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Later in the set, Yunyi Zhang gets in on the action in this game with one of her match-high 21 kills. Temple will go on to win this one 3-1 and earn their 7th A-10 victory for the first time since 2007. The performance against LaSalle earned Zhang Atlantic 10 Volleyball Player of the Week honors for the 2nd time this season. In tallying a game-high 32 kills against the Fordham Rams, she now ranks 2nd in the country with 434 kills and is currently 5th on Temple's all-time career list. The Owls plan to honor Zhang and the rest of the seniors when they host St. Louis on November the 14th.